Hello, hello. Full house today. Regina, you are on the vertical stream, which I know you don't prefer. So this would be a good time to switch over to the horizontal view. I got stuff to do. Jessi, despite having turned in her manuscript to me, is also planning a book event and also always does a million things. I'm sure she has things to do, as do the guests on the top row. So let's kick it off rather quickly with co-host intros. And yeah, Amara, you're first. Jessi, I'm going to get your books out of the suitcase because I finally brought all the Inimitable books to my mom's place.
Hello, I'm Mara Franklin. I'm a caffeine-addicted single mom who writes work and reads books and talks to myself all over the internet. And I'm tired, so I think that's the end of my intro.
That was very quick. Hi, I'm Esther Maria Duhar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid career author. I write under the fantasy umbrella, and I do also write steamy contemporary romance under a non-disclosed pen name. And I'm also here on YouTube and on Twitch, and I am chronically online, so help! Yes.
I am Jess from the Hex Library. I post reading, writing, book, and planner-related content occasionally, she says. That's pretty much it lately, so.
Okay, I am Jessi. I write paranormal romance. I have a couple titles so far with Inimitable. We got The Devil's Waltz and The Devil's Trials, which is book 1 and 2 in the Love and Hell series, and book 3, The Devil's Ruin, is coming out this October. And yeah, I also write dark and steamy under a pen name, and I run a book event that is starting this year in Guelph called Royal City Romance. We've got a bunch of romance authors and bookish vendors, and we're doing a costume ball because it's on Halloween, so of course we are. And yeah, that's me because I can't sit still, so I do all the things.
Yes, and I realized I think I didn't correctly show Amara's link. So I apologize. There's Amara's. Those who have YouTube channels that are still active and were requested to be linked are in the description down below. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, a small publishing company dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. As I showed off during Jessi's intro, we published The Devil's Waltz and the sequel, The Devil's Trials. The manuscript for the third book is in my inbox. The cover for the third book is being worked on by the cover artist. Things are happening. I'm super, super excited. And then in basically a month, we have our first thriller from Inimitable Books coming out, Grandma's Little Secret by Becca C. Smith. Be sure to pre-order that. If you upload your receipt or you email your receipt to a certain email, then you can get entered into a giveaway to win a handmade dragon bag by the author. This red with gold shimmer, and it always shows up badly on camera, but it's beautiful in real life, is actually exactly how she described a dragon in the hardcover exclusive bonus scene of this book. So you can check that out. She also has a blue dragon, a pink dragon, and some other colors, I believe. So be sure to check out that pre-order giveaway. But I'm super proud of all the books we have published and all the ones we will be publishing. Okay. Hi, Holly. Thanks for the like. And so I'll quickly say good morning. Oh, that's Esther pulling double duty. Hi, Regina. Hi, JK. And I'm going to share the Forest Room code in just a second. Let me just pull it up. Mara just left. Hopefully she'll be back. But until then, let me I'm going to message her and ask her if that was intentional or she accidentally clicked the wrong thing, because both have happened to me. Oh, she's back. Don't even have to ask her.
I hit a button. I tried to get up to grab my phone so I could put in the forest room code, and I hit a button, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gone."
Did I predict this or did I predict this? I was like, I'm about to text Amara and ask if that was intentional or unintentional. I have a feeling, and then you came back before I could even.
I was like, "Oh no! I wonder if I could just hit back and still be there." No, I can't.
No. Okay. I forgot to charge my phone last night, so that's fun. Forest room code is 35 Delta 2 Kilo Charlie Foxtrot Sierra Golf. Also, when I'm speaking, I was hearing a slight echo, but now it seems to have gone away. So I don't know. If it's a problem for anyone in the chat, let me know, and then we can try and fix it after the first sprint. My first sprint is going to be me eating breakfast. Yogurt, granola, and fruit.
I did that right before we started. Like immediately before we started.
I need to finish my breakfast and then write. I desperately need to write.
I'm gonna make coffee because it's 6 a.m. and find my mouse because I was gonna use my computer, but I don't know where my child put the mouse. So I'm on my iPad, but apparently the little stand is broken. So if I stop holding my iPad, you guys will be.
We'd see the ceiling.
No, it goes under, so you'd be looking basically at my boobs. So, so I'm holding on to this your life. Okay,
It's a view.
But there are worse views in the world, you know.
But yeah, so I'm holding on to the iPad, and I feel like this is going to be really awkward for the next like few hours if I'm just like holding you. So I'm gonna make coffee and figure out where my stuff is.
It's a good plan. Solid plan.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm too lazy to wait until the 15-minute mark, so we're going to share the screen of the actual phone, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. How did everyone do?
I made coffee. I am still holding you. I found all the stuff for my computer. I spent quite a bit of time scrubbing it because the kids have been using it for basically months. And now I don't know where the charger is. So it's plugged in to the one I use for work, but my computer is a MacBook Pro. The one I use for work is a MacBook Air, and I don't think that the charger is strong enough. So that is why you are still in my hands. I did make coffee, though. So the next front will be super productive.
Nice. I finished my breakfast. I had to pivot for a second to do some admin, and I wrote 123 words. So we're now into the writing.
Nice.
I did some spreadsheet organizing for some arcs that I've gotten this week, and I'm now putting them in my planner.
Cool.
I also made coffee and had some breakfast, and I opened my outline for this fun project that I'm working on. So I'm just having a fun time. Just it's pure vibes at the moment. I've been working on my like Pinterest inspiration board and my Spotify playlist. So this is kind of just like the fun, whatever comes to me is going on the page, and we'll see what happens from there.
I love that. I ate breakfast and then I was doing some admin work. I'm setting up the next forest room as we speak.
Okay, I figured out that if I move it, instead of trying to be on the stand, to being in front of the stand and leaned up against it, I don't have to hold you. I just don't think I can move. Like if anything moves, if the dog comes over here, if I breathe too hard, y'all will be on the floor. And I may have a broken iPad. But for now, whatever contraption I have created is working. So I just can't move or breathe.
We've been on the floor before. We'll survive.
Yeah. I mean, truly, there's nothing, well, some people will say otherwise, but truly, there's nothing lower than the floor, so it's okay.
Yeah, if you're on the floor, at least you're not 6 feet under.
Yeah. That would be a problem. Also, I love that section of like story idea where you're like in Pinterest and Spotify. And as a notorious playlist person, every time everyone is like, let me see your playlist, and I'm like, do you have time? Because I have hundreds of playlists. At this point, I have folders with playlists in it. They're like, oh, and I'm like, I am serious about my playlist.
That's intense. I love it.
Yeah.
No, it's so much fun. This is like, it doesn't feel like work. You know how sometimes when you're like writing is fun, but like sometimes it feels like work. This part of it doesn't. It's just, there's no rules. You can just have fun, and it's my favorite.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, you're looking or you're listening, and then there's something that can be for another project that is sort of in somewhere in the back of your mind, and you're like, okay, you belong here.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Just had to pay a filing fee for trademark stuff, and that is an amount that made me cry. Jessi, I will be paying the invoice soon during the next sprint.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Because I had it open on my computer and I just hadn't gotten to it. And then it's like, because it's a new day, it reloaded. It's like overdue. And I'm like,
Okay, Square makes things so much easier, but then also like it takes more effort to like turn off those reminders. So I just leave them, but I appreciate that they can be irritating.
Yeah, no worries. But I was just like, it's like, you're late. And I'm like, if I was really, really late, Jessi would have texted me. And
I would have been like,
no.
Hello. Yeah, no, you're absolutely
Inimitable is one of the sponsors of
for
this
Royal City.
You should check it out.
If you're in the GTA or want to travel to Canada, or if you're a fan of Heated Rivalry, they filmed some stuff in Guelph. Yeah, that's a nice selling feature, I guess.
I know, you could be like, haha, look at this.
Yeah.
Also, are we matching with Smart Water, Jessi?
Yes, it is my favorite.
I love Smart Water.
Yes.
Okay. I see people in the room. We are close enough-ish to 45 minutes that we could wait and shoot the breeze, or we could start now. Have a vote? Anyone care one way or the other? Okay. I forgot to have this as don't forget to hydrate, stretch, take your meds, supplements, and back up your work during this break. So my apologies, but that reminder is in effect if you want to do that for the start of the next sprint. Me and tickers, man, this morning is just a little bit off.
Today it's tickers are not working the way they should.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not you,
Close
Sarah.
enough. Close enough in most of them.
I love that most of us are in black clothes. And like
and then there's
the
just
only
Jessi
light.
in gray.
The only light.
I mean, she wrote some stuff in book 3 that's like, if she was wearing black, I'd be like, so whose funeral have you attended?
My pants are black, if that counts.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna share this. Sorry. It's like your phone is in use on the thing. You gotta lock it for it to actually show up. It's crazy. I mean, I get it, because when they first rolled out the phone mirroring feature, there were all these prank videos of like people actively being on their phone and then a friend having like controlling it on their computer at the same time and them thinking they'd gone insane. So I get it, but also like, oh, sorry. There we go. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. We're back.
I was productive. I made a to-do list and then I started doing stuff on my. I feel like every sprint I'm like, I have a million things to do. I'm going to start by cleaning because I can't focus on the brain stuff until everything else is like clean. And kids are really chaotic and messy and they just leave stuff everywhere. So I cleaned my living room and like dining room area. So now I can do like goals and stuff, productive things next time.
I got 200 words. I found myself distracted and I was like, no, Esther, focus. So is that kind of morning?
I am still dealing with the shrapnel of finishing my 2026 planners. So I'm cleaning my desks. It's there. I've got like 6 of these sticker books out currently. I've probably got 10 planners on my desk. I've got an amalgamation of pens and supplies. So I'm organizing and cleaning my desk so I can find it somewhere.
I am working on my outline still. For this book, I'm kind of just like jotting down the things that happen in the chapter and loosely following the Romancing the Beat story beats for romance. But then just like pretty much going by vibes as well. And listening to my playlist and yeah, just having fun enjoying this part of the process.
Nice. The deadline to use a certain form to claim the thriller arcs closed yesterday. Not yesterday. Calendars. 2 days ago. So I was officially closing it because I forgot to. Not that anyone tried to submit after, so that was good. And then I was just verifying, like a bunch of people. It said like, oh, we live in the US and would be interested in a physical arc, but some people have been, leaving reviews already. And so I'm like, do I get the number of arcs for all the people who signed up or do fewer and like do a giveaway type of thing? So I was just seeing costs and how much that would be. And also, there are some people who've said like, oh, I didn't like this book. So I'm like, yeah, so they probably don't want an arc. But almost no one's names match up with their like usernames. And so it's been a lot of like, who left this review so I know not to send them a copy of like a book that they already said they didn't like. Like had I sent out the physical arcs, weeks ago, obviously it would have been like if they didn't like it, hopefully they would have just donated the arc. But I don't want to spend like $10 basically to print an arc for someone who already doesn't want the book. I'm the same way as you, Regina, but my mom is like Amara. So living together again.
I can't, my brain, it cannot function if my space is not 100% clean. But I also have crazy minions. So like, when is my space 100% clean? So like my brain is always chaotic.
Yeah.
So, but they're sleeping. So now I have like a very short window.
Yeah, I'm also kind of like Regina. If I have a lot of brain power, I need to just use it. And then once I'm kind of like feel a little brain dead, then I can do everything else. Because I pretty much just I don't black out, but I can let my brain be just empty while I'm doing physical work. Um, and if I am way too active here, I just can't deal with anything physical. It's just and my brain, it feels like a waste of brain energy. So I need to like let the brain out and then I can do the rest. Which drives my mom crazy because she's like, I see something that needs my mom is like, I see something that needs to be fixed. I need to fix it now.
Yeah.
And she will like a lot of people will like do a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there, and everything is like halfway done because
Yeah.
she keeps seeing different things that need to be fixed and go. And I'm like, I just don't look.
Yeah, that's
Don't
how
look.
I am. I'm like, if I can work, like, so my desk at my mom's apartment is much wider than the one at my place, but mine is like an L-shaped desk, so I think it about evens out maybe. But at my mom's apartment, like here off and here off is not clean. And it's just like I'm able to work in the center part of the desk where the chair goes. And so to me, I'm like, it's fine, but I need to go and actually clean it, you know, and clean off the edges. So.
I think it's just when
Also
something's
natural.
fun, it distracts me. And I don't need extra distractions. Like, well, and so I think maybe it might just be like part of my ADHD, but I started taking medication, not today, because I don't have enough to get me through every day until my appointment. So he's having me only do it on work days. But the first day that I took it, I was like, I don't think it's doing anything. And then it wore off. And it took me an hour to make the kids pancakes. And I was like, oh, I think it really was doing something because now I'm in my natural state and this is crazy. But I think it's just because like in my natural state, I can be like, all right, I'm focused in on this. And then I see something out of the corner of my eye and I'm like, okay, now I have to go fix that because I'm just going to stare at it. And then I can hear the dryers making a weird noise. So I have to fix that. And then the dryer reminds me that I wanted to make more coffee. And then an hour goes by and I'm still making a to-do list.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to just like, I have to clean it and then I can focus.
But also being on the medicine is what allows me that in the times that I do want to clean, I'm able to clean it and not get sidetracked. And then at the end of this block of time that I had set aside, be like, I wanted to clean this. I didn't finish cleaning this. Now I don't have the energy to clean it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have my, I need to be careful how much I use my hands because they have a lot of things. I imagine there's gonna be, in like 10 or 15 years, they're gonna start getting crooked. That's my guesstimation. I'm hoping it's a lot later in my life. But if I need to write a lot, I cannot be doing a lot of like housework that depends on the hands because it has to be one or the other. Because after one or the other, the hands are gonna be like super swollen, super achy. So I also have to pick and choose my potion. So I'm like, which one needs to get done ASAP?
Valid.
Well, that's the other component.
I already have the crooked hand syndrome, so I have the like, you know, I'll never be able to show on video, but like I would have to like push them back to get them to, and so they just
To be fully straight.
they sit crooked. They sit at like a curved position.
Yeah, my hands are naturally a little bit curved, and I'm like flexing to straighten it out.
Yeah, like, but like
Yeah,
I can.
mine
flex
are
those
starting,
hands.
but I have to like push them to get them straight. If I just relax, they're naturally are starting to curve. And just because I know all of my family suffers from arthritis, and then my mom hands are like very crooked, like each finger it's pointing a different ways.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that's my future, so I need to take better care of myself.
When I used to work in the restaurant industry, which, I was like in my early 20s, I would carry like soups and sauces and things in like a gallon size pitcher, and my hand would get frozen around the pitcher, and I would have to like use my other hand, pick it up and take it out and around, and then actually pull my fingers back out
Oh my
because they would
god.
just get stuck at like this angle. So,
Yikes.
Oh.
and that was 15 years ago.
And
We're
like
not doing much
the
better.
first time it happened to you, where you just like can't freak out now, just have to fix it, just have to keep going.
I was like, it was probably like in the middle of a dinner rush or something too, and I was probably just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know.
You're like, I don't have time to panic about this right now.
It is what it is. Let's move on. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I decided to go back to crocheting this year. So I'm making a blanket, but like I did it for 2 hours yesterday, and I was like, that's as much as I can do without wrecking my hands.
When we had our writing retreat in November, I made everybody these little, just like bags that are for like your earbuds, AirPods, whatever it is that you have. And they literally take like 10 to 15 minutes to do. And I made, I think, 10 of them. And I was like, I don't know that it was a good decision to make all those in one day.
Yeah. I'm just like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
It didn't take very long, but I was like, you know what? It's been a long time since you've done crochet. And one of the last things that I crocheted was a baby blanket for my twin nieces, and they're 11. So it's been a minute.
Yeah. I had made a crochet alphabet blanket for Veronica King's daughters, and she had been going through stuff, and her mother-in-law found it and was like, oh my god, this is so good, and apparently was like complimenting the quality. I'm like, oh, thanks Veronica, that's nice to hear. And her mother-in-law was like, oh, your friend should like sell these. And Veronica was like, my friend is very busy. I don't think setting up a crochet shop side hustle is in the cards.
That's one of the things too. Whenever I used to make baby blankets for my nieces and nephews, which I haven't had any for a while. They're all older. And then also I used to make like stuffed animals. And people would be like, you should make these and sell them. And I'm like, no one would pay what I would want from them, because like the manual labor aspect.
Yeah.
Like, first off, yarn is expensive when you buy like like
if you're not buying
nice
like crappy,
yarn.
itchy
stuff. Yarn is expensive, and then like I want paid for my time, and when the blanket takes 10 plus hours to make,
Yeah. It's like you see something handmade and you're like, why is it so expensive? And the moment you start doing it yourself, you're like, this is why handmade stuff is expensive.
It's starting to make sense now.
Yeah. But with that, we're going to start our next sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to grab Riley to show her off on camera.
So I was productive. I finished cleaning up the space. So now I can do more computer stuff because my brain will function. But then a child woke up. So we started the sprint and I get a text from my best friend that's like, call me when you wake up. And I'm like, okay, well, she should be sleeping. So I call her really quick. And then as soon as I get on the phone with her, a child comes out and I'm like, okay, everyone. So I was like, you are going in there. I'm hanging up on you. I'm pretty sure she's watching the stream now, but so if you are, hello. I'm talking about you. And then I finished cleaning and now I feel good. And my computer, I'm not going to switch to it because I don't think the charger will be able to support all the things. But it is charging. So it's up to like 20%.
I'm just going to quickly make myself big on screen so everyone can see Riley.
Riley, oh,
She's sleepy.
look at the face.
She sees herself on camera over here as well. She was like, what is happening?
Oh, she's
Oh.
so cute. Adorable fan. I got 351 words, and halfway through the sprint, I stood up because my back was starting to hurt a little bit. I'm like, nope, we're not, no. I spend the money on a standing desk, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
That was me going, you're still muted, dummy.
Yeah. I saw.
I finally got everything organized on my desk. Now I just have to put it all away. So that was it. I did a lot.
I outlined a little bit more and then did some admin stuff for Royal City. It seems never ending. But it's all fun. So yeah, good progress.
I did some bullet journaling, talked to my mom about how Riley's doing because she's on a different medicine than she had been for like the last week. And it's making her a little bit subdued, but we're like, as long as she's not disoriented, that's what matters. But also her being a little bit subdued hopefully means that she won't be walking around on her torn ACL as much. So we're waiting for some cheap braces we got online to arrive because we can't get like an official vet fitted one until we have an appointment with them. And that is, they weren't free until late February. So we just need to put something on her leg to try and help. But the fact that she's letting me still hold her is proof that she's a little bit like under the influence of her new medicine. Because normally she would have been like, put me down.
Yeah.
And she was in the middle of a nap when I picked her up and brought her in here. So normally she'd be really mad. So I'm going to let her go. I'm going to put her back on her cooling mat outside so she can go back to sleep. And then I will share the force room code for the fourth and final sprint. And Regina wrote a review. Awesome.
Nice. I keep looking that way because that's where my dog, Sam, is like, it's a little ball of fur. We've been getting interest, like, it's not cold, but it's cool for Puerto Rico. And she's not fan of the cold temperatures. She's the kind of dog that lays on the sun. And I'm like, you're gonna overheat. You have so much hair, and you still want to get sun. So when it's kind of like cold, she's like, snuggling somewhere like a little ball. Like you cannot see her face, you don't see her paws, you just see the little ball of dog. And it's
We have
so darn cute.
I have the opposite because it snowed last night in Ohio, and my Australian Shepherd, the baby, he's 9. He's not a baby, but the baby, he loves snow, and so getting him to come in this morning to eat breakfast was like a fight because he was like, "But I'm playing in the snow," and I'm like, "But you need to come in and have your breakfast." And he'd like run out and roll around in it, and then he loves snow. He's such a weirdo.
Riley loves snow. She hates rain, though.
Yeah, Sam hates the rain, but because she doesn't like to get her paws wet, and then she just doesn't like cold at all.
Well, yeah, if it's
It's
really, really cold, even if it's completely dry, Riley won't like it, but also like valid.
I think Frank.
it's so funny because Puerto Rico's never cold. I'm like, you will never be cold, dog. You will never understand what cold
to her,
is.
you're like, this
You're in a
isn't
tropical
actually
island.
cool.
I think Frank has forgotten that for 70% of his life he lived in the Pacific Northwest because rain used to not be a thing. Getting wet used to not be a thing. Now he is so just like, excuse me, no. If it rains, he will get his little butt in the window and he'll bark at the rain. Like it's, excuse me, you're offending me. And then if he's just barking like crazy, he wants to go out and investigate. So I'll open the door, rain, snow, anything wet. He's just like, excuse me, I'm not going out there. I want to stand here and yell at it. I don't want to go out there and investigate anymore.
I need you to open the door so we can hear my ire. I'm not going out.
Yeah, excuse me. Like I'll put him outside and he'll walk right around and come back inside. But this window right here this is his favorite spot to just be a senile old man and just sit in the window and make sure that every single person, animal, leaf blowing by knows that they have annoyed him.
Get off my lawn.
Oh, 100%. And like most people, like just ignore him, like because he'll like be going crazy, and I'll be working. I'm like, you're just gonna go outside and be annoying. It's fine. So go out and get whatever it is. And people will be like walking down the sidewalk. He'll start on one corner over here where they see him, and then as they start walking, he'll run ahead so he can get ahead of them, and then he'll continue barking at them until they're out of the way. Most people just walk by and ignore him. There are a couple people that love to stop and then try to engage with him. And I'm like, would you freaking stop doing that? Because you're just making it worse. Have you not met a Chihuahua before? Because like they're a little crazy. He knows I'm talking about him now.
Dogs are so entertaining. I mean, cats too. Not gonna discriminate, but it's just like they're interesting in like very different ways. It's so funny to see a dog being so smart at a moment and then so dumb next second.
Yeah, with dogs,
It's like
I'll be like, oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so smart. What are you eating? Don't do that. You know, with the cat, I'm like, what are you plotting? Do you love me? Am I in danger? I respect you. Please don't hurt me. And then if it's an orange cat, I go back to what I normally think of for a dog. And then for Riley, because she has a lot of cat traits, I actually think a combination of like the thoughts I normally reserve for cats and then the thoughts I normally reserve for dogs.
same. Sam sometimes looks at me some ways that I'm like, should I be worried?
Yes.
Should I? Because, you know, you're kind of big. You do have a bite. I mean, you have never bitten me or my mom, like, whatsoever. You're like the gentlest dog. But, you know,
as
she
a
does have
puppy,
a lot of
Riley
cat
once
things.
got my knuckles when we were teaching her not to bite. Like, even when we were playing, because we were like, no, like, obviously you don't bite, but if we're playing tug of war and someone's like fingers get a little close to you, like you got to learn to not do that, because I have younger cousins at the time who were very young. And that was like the only time, but she's always been very good at that. But yeah, when I've displeased her, I'm always like, if you were a human, you would either be cursing me out right now or like actively doing stuff to make me miserable. So
Yeah,
I'm
plotting
thankful she can't do that.
my demise.
My favorite
Yeah.
thing is like Franklin loves to be under blankets at all times, right? He just loves to be cozy, loves to be under blankets. But when the boys will like really be annoying him, and sometimes he does it to me, he has this newer thing where he won't even like bother getting out of the blanket to start like going. He'll like stand up under the blanket and just start like barking and like yapping, like and like kind of going at you like he's gonna try to like get you, but he's too lazy to remove himself from the blanket. Like so he's like this giant blob that's barking and going like at you, and it's the funniest thing because he's like jumping under the blanket.
Oh, I mean, and his head is sufficient because the moment that you stop bothering him, he just like
He just curls
flop
back.
again.
I'm done.
Yeah, work smarter, not
Yeah.
harder. He's like, I don't
Yeah.
need to get re-comfy under the blanket.
Yeah.
What
See,
annoys-
Sam doesn't bite really because she doesn't tend to bark a lot. She grabs your attention either by trying to hold you with her front paws, or she would just like lightly put her mouth like on your wrist and pull you where she wants you to go. I'm like, you definitely remember your hurting genes, because she has legitimately hurt me back to bed.
Riley will herd me into bed if I'm like, when she used to stay over at my place, it would like hit 10. And if I was still at my desk, she would just look at me until like I was like, oh, is it bedtime? And then I'd go into the bedroom and put her on the bed, and then she would like calm down immediately. And then with well, at my mom's apartment, she does not like when we're not all together in the same room. And if she wasn't injured right now and also sleepy, because even when she's been injured, she's been doing this, is she'll just suddenly appear in my doorway and look at me until I get up and follow her out into the living room. And then I'm like, if you didn't immediately need something and you just wanted me out here, I actually do need to go back into my room to get my stuff. So
Yeah.
I can be
Yeah.
out in the living room and so productive.
Yeah.
Um,
Sam knows our sleeping schedule, so when my mom is like past her, she will start moving her walker closer to her, kind of like, come on, it's time for you to stand up and go to bed.
that's so funny.
So funny.
Yeah. No, they're smart. They're really, really smart. And yeah, I don't think cats are automatically smarter than dogs, or that dogs are automatically dumber than cats, but there's just a certain level and attitude that Riley gives where I'm like, you just seem very cat-like at times. But what really clinched it for me was that she has meowed more than once in her life. And the first time it happened, my mom was like, I think you misheard. And then it happened the second time, and my mom was like, did she just meow? And I'm like, what have I been saying? So, but with that, we're going to start our fourth and final sprint because I got to do some stuff for taxes, which is so fun. So in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. that was our final sprint. How did everyone do?
Good. I started cleaning up my computer desktop so I can have a fresh slate. Because since the kids were using it for so long, Jason loves a good screenshot. So I couldn't even. It was very covered with lots of Roblox screenshots and stuff. So.
Jessi, if you want to do your update.
Yeah. I didn't do any outlining that sprint. I just did some admin stuff for Royal City, and I'm working on some graphics for it as well for a fun post that hopefully will go up today.
Nice. Did you get the invoice payment?
I did. Thank you very much.
Cool.
I forgot that I didn't have the camera on, so it's like this, but obviously no one saw that. I got 369 words, and I'm almost done with the chapter. So yay!
Nice.
I actually moved around some furniture behind me, which I've been putting off doing for several months. Why it took 20 seconds? Because that's what we do.
The neurospicy.
Yeah. And then I put all of my planner stuff away so I can actually see my desk. And then I was late coming back because, like, with 30 seconds on the timer, the dogs were like, "We would like to go outside right now."
I spent, I would say, a half to 2/3 of the sprint being like, where is this tax document? I downloaded it. It has to be on my computer. Why am I finding the old ones? I need the 4th voucher. I know I have it. Otherwise, I would have written to my accountant before this point to do it. My mom and I this is, I think, the closest my mom and I have ever mailed our stuff before. And obviously, we have to mail tomorrow because today's a Sunday. But we're like, oh, we'll just do it. And I'm like, well, I can't send in the 4th payment with voucher 1 because A, that was an estimate, and B, it literally says the due date. It was much earlier in 2025. And like, I don't want problems. So my mom was like, well, email the accountant. He's probably in the office. I'm like, on a Sunday? And she's like, yeah, because tax season. I'm like, no. I'm going to find this because I know I have it. So I found it. And then the printer just won't cooperate. A few days ago, we had to completely reset the Wi-Fi to make the label printer and the normal printer work for my mom's devices. And so right as the sprint was ending, I was like, I give up. I waved the white flag. I emailed my document to my mom so she can print it for me because this needs to get done. I tried to add the print. I removed the printer. I tried to add it back like 5 different times. It's like, we can't find it. And I'm like, you can though, because otherwise I wouldn't even be able to say, please add printer if there was nothing to find. So I'm like, you know what? So that's what I'm going to do after this live stream ends. I'm going to handle that. And then my mom and I have to give Riley a bath. But we were holding off because when she's not dry, she looks like a wet rat. And we didn't want to put that up on the internet. So, yeah, that was my sprint. I laid the groundwork to be super productive. But did not turn out well. So I tried. I hope everyone on the other side of the stream, in the who are viewers, had a good productive time. Gwenna had said during an earlier sprint that she had gotten out of bed and made herself a protein shake before the toddler woke up. And then she said the toddler woke up and was taking care of her. I'm glad that the cleaning rush had gotten done before she had woken up. And then for this sprint, she just fed the child. So Gwenna killing it, Regina killing it. She had, gotten her coffee, had her breakfast, fed the dogs, was on a phone call, which I hope was not a stressful one. All the phone calls I've been on lately, except maybe 2 have been like stressful stuff, you know. Just but I did find out this morning that an issue with the bank fixed itself. So that's good. Because I love Capital One, but they're very quick to be like, this is fraud. So last week they're like, this is fraud. And I'm like, no, it's not. And they're like, okay, well, we shut down your access to this. So call us. And I called, spent an hour on the phone with them. They're like, we can't fix it. We have to submit a ticket. I'm like, then what's the point of you telling me to call you? But it fixed itself when I checked. I was like, on the off chance this morning, because it's been 5 days. And it works. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. But I'm really, really excited because this coming week I'm gonna get to read The Devil's Ruin, the 3rd book in the Love and Hell trilogy by Jessi. But with that said,
Okay.
let's do reverse outro. So Jessi, you're gonna be first, then Jess, Esther, Amara, and then I will still wrap up and finish. But we're gonna do correct tickers this time with everyone because I'm not half paying attention. So, Jessi.
Hi, I should say goodbye. I'm Jessi. I'm the author of the Love and Hell series by Inimitable Books, as well as some other paranormal and fantasy romances. I'm
They're
also
swoony, they're sexy. She has a special edition coming out, and I need to reread the caption to figure out how to claim a copy.
I think I can get one to you. Don't worry.
I don't
They
use
are
them
technically-
just for $3.
Yes.
I am willing to pay.
They are my like event exclusives, but I'm very excited. I'm also the owner of a new romance event coming to Guelph, Ontario in October called Royal City Romance. We have over 50 romance authors and bookish vendors. And yeah, you can check out our website for more information and to grab a ticket if you're in the area or would like to travel. And that's me.
I have been Jess from the Hex Library, where I post reading, writing, book, and planner related content. Occasionally, I'm planning to film some things today now that we're done here. Will they ever see the light of the day? The world may never know. Or it may know. I'm being attacked by cats currently, so that's a bonus.
You're like
Anyway,
looking up, you're watching them stalk you.
they're like climbing the bookshelves and jumping on top of each other and kind of at me, and so I'm a little afraid for my life right now. But that's nothing new, and that has been me.
Great.
I am still Esther Maria Dua, a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid career author. This has been fun. I love being here. I always can get my Sunday start the right way, and then later on I can be like, I can't be lazy. I worked this morning.
The perfect
So,
Sunday.
yes, love to be here.
I'm Amara Franklin. I'm a caffeine addicted single mom who writes words, but I'm actually, now that I'm done with school, going to actually be writing words again. So I kind of had to take a bit of a pause from writing and stuff so I could get my bachelor's degree, but I finished 2 weeks ago. So now I actually have to execute the stuff that I worked on while I was in school. I also have a bunch of books I didn't read while I was in school that I can read again. And I took a pause from my YouTube channel and my podcast and all of the places that I talk to myself on the internet while I finished up. But now that I'm done, I have so much extra time to be productive. So you can find all the places that I like to talk to myself there.
Yes. And my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, which has published these 2 lovely books, the forthcoming 3rd and final book in the series by Jessi, as well as many other books. So please check out inimitablebooks.com. We also have our events calendar where we have all past and future virtual live streams as they are getting planned, and in-person book events like the one Jessi mentioned. Inimitable Books is a sponsor among others, and Jessi's going to be making appearances at events that she thankfully does not have to run as well, so those are on the website. and just check that out. But most importantly, please check out our books on our website where you can purchase a bunch of them, pre-order others, and just have a good time. So thank you for being here. I hope this was a good start to your Sunday, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Everyone.